Hey dudes and girls, we are here in the gym. Today we're going to be focusing on some upper body mobility. And we got a special guest here, Lewis, 6'2", 160 pounds. He's 17 years old and he's ready to gain some strength, put on some weight. It's perfect time, right Lewis?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. But before really going through some big compound movements, you should be nice and mobile. Now, Lewis over here, he does some sports. What's your sport?
Baseball.
Baseball. Now, you pitch, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shoulder, right? A lot of shoulder work. You're cranking that shoulder, and you've actually had some work done on your elbow because how much work is in the shoulder, but also in the elbow too. So we got to go through some mobility here to make sure he is a well-oiled machine. So when he's pitching that baseball, you know, he's got the muscles to handle it, and there's going to be no injuries in the future. You ready for this?
Yep.
Yeah? You sure?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, it's 5 a.m. Give him a break. You know, low energy. You know, he's tired. He's going through school and going all this training and stuff. So we're here to wake him up, and not only his mind but his muscles too. So first off, we're just going to go through some simple upper body mobility. We're going to start with the cat and camel here. Now this is a pretty interesting one, and you're going to have to work through me. It might be a interesting pose for a lot of people, but it is excellent for the spinal mobility, especially the thoracic spine here. Now it's a load-free exercise, so it's good because it's just body weight. It's nice and healthy for the spine, and what you do is you just get on your hands and knees, and you're going to kind of tilt the hips up. You're going to really bend in the spine here. You're going to exhale, and then you're going to breathe in as you flex the spine up. So it's exhale, you're going to bend, and then as you inhale, you're going to bend the spine upwards, flex the spine. So just imagine a cat or a camel, and then a cat. So here, exhale, and then bring it all the way up. And you can immediately feel that nice stretch in the spine here. So let's get to it, Liz. I'm going to dissect your form, make sure you're doing it right.
I might need help with this.
Okay. So as you exhale, really kind of tilt your hips, and then, yep, there you go, right there. So you're extending the spine, there you go, and then really flex the spine. So arch up as much as you can, arch up. Arch that spine, there we go. So instead here, so kind of push your hips through, and then really bend in the spine and flex it through here. So you're kind of, it's going to be in the hips too, so you're going to feel the hips articulate, and that's what's going to help control the spine. So, yep, push the hips kind of through, and then really pull that back up as much as you can. So flex that spine up.
I don't know how to flex it.
Okay, so flexing it, just imagine you're in this position here, and you're here, that's flexing, and that's extending. Yeah, exactly. So let's practice a little bit. So here you go. So flex the spine. Good. Bend it right through here. Yep. So kind of push your hips through here. See this? So kind of tilt the hips like here. There we go. That's flexing it right there. Yeah. So the spine's flexing. This is pretty much what you don't want to do when you're doing any kind of big compound movements. But for the sake of this exercise, we're really just trying to get it mobile. So it's flexing here and then extending. So it's your rib cage coming down, your hips bringing forward, and then the opposite when you're extending. So chest up and hips back, just like that. But in the same kind of motion, you're going to be doing it on your hands and knees. So let's try this again real quick. Okay, so there you go, yep. So let's try flexing it. So it's going to bring the spine up. So bring it up to my hand. Here, hand up, good. So same, there we go, a little bit better. So push the hips through, kind of push them through. There we go, that's it, there you go, you got it, perfect. So that's flexion right there. So now do the opposite, so extend, down. There we go, good. And then now flex, bring it up. Bend, bend, bend. Perfect, just like so. So let's do a couple of those to get used to it. So exhale, and then inhale as you really bend up. There you go, push the hips through. So you'll notice there's gonna be hip movement too, because the hip is actually is obviously attached to the spine, and it's gonna help control that motion. So the hip's gonna be rotating back and rotating forward as you're performing that. Just like so, excellent. There we go. Release, good. And go ahead and flex, push the hips through. Nice stretch, and then bring it back. Push the hips back, push the hips back. There we go, yep, excellent. So you're gonna be going through this a little bit in the beginning. So you notice how it took a little time to almost kind of get connected to your body and to really get used to motion? Well, that's good, because now you're actually, again, getting that kind of mind muscle, but also almost kind of the neurological, you know, sensors firing. So then you now understand what flexion is here, but also extension is. So it's excellent exercise, load-free exercise to get that thoracic spine mobile. That's a lot of information in there.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is it processing still?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Hopefully you guys got it too. So what we're gonna do next is got a little cheat sheet here in the program. So this is actually a full upper body mobility program we're doing, but next is going to be the lower trunk rotation. So again, it's working on the lateral flexion of the spine, getting your spine mobile. So we're going to have you lay flat here. So we'll just use this space for you, Liz. I'm going to kind of show you what to do, because a lot of times it's easier just to see it. So you can just lay right here, palms down, feet together, and you're just going to rotate back and forth. So knees here, nice and slow, controlled. Exhale, inhale, exhale. If you want that a little bit more difficult, you're gonna pick your legs up and then slowly do the same just like so. Nice and slow, touch, inhale, exhale as you feel a stretch, and then back just like so. You wanna get a nice slow motion and controlled. If you go too quick, of course, then you're gonna build up some momentum and you might injure something. But okay, bring your heels a little bit closer. So bring them up just like that. There we go. Okay, nice and slow. Exhale. Okay, inhale, and then exhale. Good, yeah, nice and slow. You feel that, right? Right in the spine. Yep, feel some stretch in there. Releasing a little bit of that tension. Perfect, good. Get a couple of these here loose, and kind of loosen you up a bit. And then we'll kind of advance you into the one where your legs are actually up off the floor. Good. One more, up and over. Yep, nice breathing. Exhale, release. Good, okay, so let's pick those legs up. So they're gonna be about a 90-degree angle joint, bend in the joint there. Yep, just like so. So same thing, nice and slow. So slowly exhale, as far as you can. There we go, good. So you might not be able to go all the way and reach the floor right away, but you're gonna slowly work up to that. So making everything nice and mobile, loose, stretch it out. There you go. You feel a little bit in the upper body too. Try to keep your upper back, connected to the floor, which you're doing perfect. So you might feel a little bit in the upper body as you turn from side to side. There you go. Nice. Couple more. Nice and slow, good. Last one. Excellent. Nice, so that was easy.
Yeah.
So we're kind of doing the cheat sheet and quick kind of exercises here, just to kind of go over everything, just so that way you feel it out. But next up is going to be a little bit more in the shoulder joint and the upper body, which is going to be some pull-aparts here. So we're going to have a band for this one, and you want to grab the band just about shoulder width. You're having it just right in front of you, and you slowly pull it apart here, as much as you can. Now, if it's a little too heavy, obviously just grab it a little bit wider so it's less tension on there. So I'm going to grab this. There you go. Yeah. So straight out in front. Good. Nice and slow. Now, as you're bringing it apart, you're going to retract the scapula together. Yep. Come back. All the way back. Retract. You're going to feel all this upper back muscle start contracting here. Now, if you feel any tightness in any area as you pull it back, you're going to kind of slow down and almost hold that position. But it is activating, of course, the posterior portion here, delts, traps, a little bit in your rhomboids, teres major, minor, all that kind of good stuff. So you're just going to do about 10 to 12 reps here, Lewis. Nice and slow. There you go. Perfect. Now, this exercise is a good one to perform, especially if you're doing any kind of bench pressing or, retracting the scapula, let's say in a pull down or even a pull up. So what it's doing is firing all those muscles up, so that way you almost kind of, again, get connected to those muscles. So once you kind of have to retract the scapula, they're kind of fired up and ready to go, and then you're like, okay, I feel them, they're good, and they're feeling ready to go. So yeah, we'll do a couple more here, Lewis, just to kind of go through it. There you go. Nice and slow, bring it apart, chest up, perfect. All right, two more.
So what do you do with your scapula during this exercise, Brendan?
You retract it. So it's basically a retraction in the scapula is just imagine the shoulder blades and you're pulling the shoulder blades together. So if you put something, or if someone puts their hand right between your shoulder blades, go ahead and retract. Yeah, it's gonna be pulling together and squeezing together here, right through there. So that's retracting in the scapula. It's really helping with that. Perfect, nice work, man. Okay, next up, we're done with that one. Yeah, there we go. Yep, we are. He already knows what's up. He's gonna do some dislocates, that's right. So with this one, again, it's working through the shoulder mobility. Now the shoulder is the most mobile joint in the body. It's gonna be working in a 360-degree angle through here. So with this one, you're gonna be grabbing a little bit wider than shoulder. And this all depends on your mobility in the shoulder. So some people that are really mobile in the shoulder can grab it a little bit more narrow, but ones that are working into that mobility can grab it a little bit wider. And you're gonna, arms straight. You mean bring it up overhead. Shrug the shoulders up as you bring it up. There you go. And then come all the way back, just like so. So you can feel it a lot in the chest as well. So if your chest is running really tight, a lot of times you'll get that come upper cross section here syndrome, where everything's pulled here and you'll get the bad posturing, you'll kind of get the slumped shoulders and stuff. So that's everything tight here. The unfortunate part sometimes about the shoulder joint is there's so many muscles that connect in there, and as everything tightens up, it kind of pulls everything forward. So the more mobile and the more strength you have in the lower, in your upper back here, it's gonna help pull those shoulders back, and the more mobile you are and stretched out, it's not gonna pull you forward all the time. So this is an excellent exercise for that. So we'll get you to go through a few more here. Yeah. So all the way up, shrug, all the way back. You're gonna feel a stretch in the chest, the anterior delts. There you go, perfect. Nice controlled breathing. Up and over, shrug, all the way back. Bring it all the way through, down. There we go, that's it. So you get that 360-degree movement through here. Oh yeah. So mobility is the ability to move or be moved freely and easily. So as you become more mobile, you'll be able to feel like you can move in that full range of motion more easily than capable. So that's nice, perfect. Get a couple more, come on, there we go. We're working you out today, Lewis. Hell yeah, you ain't getting away easy. There we go, one more, keep those arms straight. Nice, that's excellent. How's that feeling already, right?
Good.
Really throw some speed balls?
Yeah.
100 miles an hour, easy, no problem. Okay, so last one, we're gonna do some wall slides. Now we're gonna have to find a wall here. We might go ahead and just use this one, we'll see. Okay, so with wall slides, you just grab a wall here, and there's a couple ways you can do it. You can either just stand here, or you can actually do it in a seated position, and that's just gonna help keep your hips stable so you're not bending too much in the spine. And so you're just gonna bring your hands all the way up towards the wall. You're gonna keep your forearms, elbows, and upper back attached here. You're gonna try not to bend too much in the lower back where you're picking up here. So you really try to get a flat back on the wall. And you're gonna slowly bend in the elbows, keep everything attached to the wall, and bring all the way down. And what's gonna happen is you're immediately gonna feel kind of a slight burn in the muscles. It's basically showing you, or telling you that all those muscles are activating. So we'll get you against the wall here, Lewis.
I mean, sitting or standing?
Let's just have you stand on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, so hands all the way up. So just like that. So it makes that kind of Y shape right here. So yeah, everything's attached to the wall, perfect here. You slowly slide your arms down, and as you do it, the shoulders are gonna come down. Yep, keep everything attached nice and slow. Bring those elbows all the way down as far as you can. There we go. And then, right, you're gonna feel all that start to activate. Get a little burn in there, right? Starting to contract. There we go, nice and slow. Perfect, once you reach that, you're gonna bring it back up, slide it up. We're gonna get about 10 reps here. Yeah, so keep it up. And then we need a bigger wall here for you. There we go, nice and slow, good. So again, saying earlier, of course there's the traps, the posterior delts, and and there's the rotator cuff. Now the rotator cuffs are infraspinatus and supraspinatus, and there's these two muscles, they're really small. And a lot of times these bigger muscles want to take over, either the traps, posterior delts, even the rhomboids, teres major and minor. Those ones are going to want to take over, they're a little bit stronger. But the smaller muscle groups, the rotator cuffs, this is a perfect exercise to help activate them and kind of warm them up. There's also strengthening exercise you can do, like external rotations to really try to activate them and gain strength. But the stronger those are, the more stable your shoulder joint can be. So this is a perfect tool to kind of fire them up and get them activated. But it's also great to really kind of get that stretch in the chest and again, activate all those upper back muscles, help with posturing, things like that. Oh yeah, a couple more. Get those arms attached. There you go. Once your arms start lifting off the wall, you know that the form is starting to fail here. So yeah, keep everything connected to the wall. One more, last one, nice and slow, all the way back. Depress the shoulders down. There we go, and then back up. Excellent. Hell yeah.
Rolling.
Yeah, that's right. He feels good. How you feel?
Good.
Yeah, that's right. I thought he did. Okay. Good job, Lewis. That was the upper body mobility. Pretty quick, pretty easy, Again, there's stable portions of the body and there's mobile portions of the body. And of course, you want the mobile portions of the body to be very mobile, move freely, so that way the stable portions aren't compensating, taking over, and then eventually getting injured because they're trying to compensate, even though they're supposed to be very, stable and not move that much. So, feel mobile, feel loose.
Stretched out.
Hell yeah, man. That's the way to do it.
So how would you suggest implementing this routine, Brennan?
So we'd implement this routine before any kind of big upper body movements. So let's say it's chest day, let's say it's back day. You can do some upper body mobility. Again, the shoulder is gonna be the most mobile joint in the body. In any kind of upper body motions, it's gonna be activating, but it needs to be supported too. So you're gonna be performing this just right before the workout, maybe with a 5-10 minute warm up on the treadmill, going into your mobility drills for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's gonna be about 3 sets each, 10, 12 reps on each one. You don't have to go overboard with it, but just enough to really kind of get activated, get that full range of motion, get stretched out, and warm up right before your big compound lifts. Sound good?
Good.
Yeah. Everything's still processing a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's all right. It's cool. We're going to go over this time and time again, and the more you do it, the better you get. So Lewis is going to be performing this every time before upper back, or I should say upper body day, and yeah, get better and better. Get more mobile, get more loose, and become a better athlete.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Nice work, man. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of information, and I'm pretty much talk without taking a breath. So yeah, get in there, get mobile, and as always, what do we tell them?
Stay buff.
Yeah, stay buff.